Nini here for today's phonics. So today in phonics, we're going to play a game called Picnic on Pluto. So it's all about two little aliens. One is called Ob and one is called Bob. Let me tell you a little bit about them. Ob and Bob are brothers. They both love to eat, but they like to eat different things. Bob loves to eat snacks with real words on them, and Ob loves to eat things with nonsense words on them. So Ob is the yellow alien and Bob is the blue alien. And I know that because on their chest, it has their name. So Ob and Bob. Let's go to the next slide. What do I mean by real words and nonsense words? I wonder, do you know what the difference is between a real word and a nonsense word? Have a little think. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Real words are true words that have meaning. So they're real words, are words that you'll see around and you can read them. They'll be in stories, in dictionaries, in your vocabulary. They'll be real words that have meaning. Nonsense words, however, are made up words that do not have meanings, and they will not be in books and they will not be in your vocabulary. Otherwise, we will be speaking a really funny language. Let me give you some examples. So real words, let's look at the first one here. So grass, grass, grass. That's a real word, isn't it? And the next one, bench, bench. Another real word, and grip. And the last one is gran. So they're all words that you would have heard before, and they are real words. Now, nonsense words, look at some of these nonsense words here. Let's read this one together. You can see that I'm using my Fred fingers, which is really important because it really helps when we're sounding out words. Definitely words that are unknown, words that we have not really read before, or maybe we've read a few times, but they're not words you see quite often enough to remember them. So I'm going to use my Fred fingers again. So let's have a look at this one. G-O-P, G-O-P, gope. Is gope a real word? No, it's a nonsense word. Gope is definitely not a word that we would use. It sounds a little bit like soap, doesn't it? But you don't say, I wash my hands with gope. No, definitely a nonsense word. Let's look at the next one. Ip, thip, thip. That's definitely a nonsense word. And this one, look at this. Now, what I'm doing when I'm reading, I'm looking at the letters first to see if I can spot a digraph or a trigraph, because if I do spot a digraph or a trigraph, I know that those letters only make one sound. And in this one, I can definitely see the I trigraph. So let's look. Gite. That's not a real word. That's definitely a nonsense word. And the last one is weeb. That's not a real word either. That's another nonsense word. So hopefully you understand what I mean by real words and nonsense words. Sometimes we call them real words and alien words, and that's fine too. Let's move on. Okay, on this slide it says, let's make some new words with Ob and Bob. So you can see here, there is a word here, and there's a space here. I wonder why there's a space there. Let's look. It says here, what will happen if I add another letter to this word? So if I put another letter here, what will happen? I wonder. It's definitely going to make another word, isn't it? But what we need to work out is how to make a real word, okay? So we're going to add different letters to the end of this word to see whether it makes a nonsense word, whether it makes a real word. Okay, let's do this together. I'm going to try and write them today. See if we can do this together. Let's change the colour of my pen. Okay, so if I put this letter here, which is a P, let's try and put a P at the end and see. Hang on, first of all, let's read what it says before I add a letter. So over here we've got And if we blend them together, n, 10. So the start word is 10. What happens if we put a p at the end? Let's have a look. Ooh. Okay, let's read it again now. Now we've got 4 sounds, haven't we? Let's put them together, blend them together. N, p, temp. Tenp. Tenp. What do you think? Is that a real word or a nonsense word? You have a go on your Fred fingers and see what you think. Oh, put a thumbs up if you think it's a real word. Thumbs up if you think it's a nonsense word. Yeah, a nonsense word because we don't have a word like that in our vocabulary. It's just not there. Let's just rub this out and see what would happen if we put or t or k. Remember, we're looking to make a real word, okay? Let's put the t there and see what happens there. Here we go. Okay, get your Fred fingers ready. Are you ready? So we've got 4 sounds again. So use Fred fingers to blend them back together. So, t, e, n, t, t, e, n, t. Tent. Tent. Have you heard that word before? Tent. Absolutely. People go camping in their tents, don't they? Tent is a real word. Thumbs up. Real word. Excellent. So we made a real word by adding another letter onto the end of the word 10. Now 10 has become tent. Let's move on. Oh, okay. Let's make some new words again. So it says, which letter do we need to add to the end of this word to make a real word? So I'm going to give you a little bit of time. You're going to have a little look and see whether you can work out which letter will make a real word, okay? First of all, we're going to read the first little 3, the first word here together, okay? So use your Fred fingers. D, a, damn. D, a, damn. Okay, off you go. This happens if you add a letter. I'm going to write the letter G, and we're going to see whether that is a real word or whether it is in fact a nonsense word. Okay, so put a G here. Okay, guys, I'd like you to sound that out while I wait. Okay, remember, Fred fingers. If you would rather not use your Fred fingers, you can use your robot arms. We know how to do that, don't we? You stamp your feet to the number of sounds that you see. Off you go. Okay, real or nonsense? Let's sound it out together. D, a, g, damn. Sounds a bit funny, doesn't it? It doesn't even roll properly. D, a, g. It's quite hard to say. I think it's a nonsense word. Do you agree? Good. Okay, let's see what other letter we could add. Let's put a k there and see what happens. Okay, off you go. Sound it out. I'm going to 2. Okay, I think I've worked it out. Have you? Let's sound it out together. This time I'm going to use my robot arms. Okay. D, a, k, damk, damk. Oh, I think that's a nonsense word too. Do you? Thumbs up if you agree. Let's move on to the next letter. Let's put a p there. Okay. Let's try. That's a p. Okay. Off you sound out. D, Oh, do you get the same with me? I think it makes a real word. Should we do it together? Use your robot arms this time. Are you ready? Start like a robot. Get them out like this. Here we go. D, a, p. Damp. 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 My clothes are damp. That is definitely a real word. Excellent. By the way, my clothes aren't really damp. Okay, let's move on. Oh, which letter do we need to add to the end of this word to make a real word? Oh, let's go. Let's put, I think I'm going to start with a and see what happens, okay? Well, you can just pause the video and you can take your time with this and just press play and join in after. It's absolutely fine. So if you need to take some time to really work out which sounds you can see, that's no problem. Just take your time. You don't need to rush through it. You can just press pause and have a look at all the letters, add the letters until you come up with the real word. Okay? Off you go. Have you done it yet? Okay, let's do it together. B, e, n, p. Ben. Oh, ben. Real or a nonsense word? What do you think? Definitely a nonsense word. I've never heard that word before. Okay, now let's see what happens if we put a d on the end. Okay, off you go. Sound it out. See what happens. Okay, this time I want you to use your robot arms. Okay, so off you go. Do it again, but using your robot arms. Ah, okay, I think I've got it. Should we do it together? Let's use our Fred fingers first, okay? B, e, n, d. Bend. Bend. Bend is a real word. Well done, everybody. Let's move on. Oh, which letter do we need to add to the beginning of this word to make a real word? So we're not putting it at the end of the word anymore. We're going to put it at the beginning. So let's have a look at the word we have at the moment. We've got here pot, 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 pot. Let's see what happens when we put a letter at the beginning, shall we? Oops, I'm forgetting I'm forgetting that I'm using my pen on here. So here we are. So let's put a t. Okay. Fred fingers. If you go, sound it out. Oh, oh, did you have a go? Should we do that? Let's do it together. Pot. Pot. Is that a real word or a nonsense word? Thumbs up if you think it is a nonsense word. Definitely a nonsense word. Well done. Let's move on to the next sound. Let's add let's say it's started with pot, adding a s at the beginning of the word. Okay, fingers, robot arms, and sound it out. Off you go. Oh, I think I've made a word. Shall I show you? Okay, here we are. Oh, spot. Spot. I have a big spot. That's definitely a real word, isn't it? Thumbs up. And by the way, I don't have a spot really. I was just using it as an example. Okay, let's move on. Okay, which letter do we need at the beginning of this word to make a real word? Now look very, very carefully at the word that is already there, and what do you notice? Have a look. What do you notice? That's right. I spy with my big eye a digraph, which means I need to remember those letters make one sound. So I won't go ek, peck, peck. That's not right, is it? No. Should we do it again? Actually, there are not 4 sounds in this word at the moment. There are only 3. So, peck, peck, peck. So the word at the moment says peck. Let's see what happens if we add another letter to the beginning of it. Let's have a look. Let's go with this one, an You have a go at saying that at the same time, and then we're together, whether it's a real word or a nonsense word. Let's have a go. You done? Did you use your Fred fingers or robot arms? I hope so, because it's a real useful tool to have to remember. Okay, here we go. Bring it together with our Fred fingers. Peck, 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 peck. That is not a real word, is it? Definitely not a real word. Well done, you guys. You are doing such a great job already. Okay, let's have a look. Let's put the letter. So we're going to put at the beginning here. Okay. Now, how many sounds are in this word? You have a look. I want you to count how many sounds are in this word now. Off you go. Did you get the answer? So there are now four sounds in this word. Okay, let's sound it out and see what it says and see whether it makes a real word or a nonsense word. Here we go. Ek, spek, spek, spek. That is a real word, isn't it? Spek. Okay, let's move on. So now we all understand what real words and nonsense words are. I would like you to read the words on the next page, and you're going to sort them into ob words and bob words. So remember, you need to remember that Bob eats real words and Ob eats nonsense words. So you need to remember to look carefully at each sound and check it, whether it has a digraph or a trigraph in there, because that will really be important for when you're using your Fred fingers and you're blending these sounds together to make a word. So remember to look out for digraphs and trigraphs, okay? And other things I'd like to remind you, which I've been doing the whole way through this slideshow, is how important it is to use your Fred fingers to help you, okay? Because this will help you when you're sounding words out, because you're blending them together and it's showing you how many sounds you need to blend together, okay? And if you don't want to use your Fred fingers, you can use your robot arms. And we all know how to do that because we do it in Redwood class all the time, okay? Right, let's see what else I'm going to tell you. These are all the words. So you're going to have to pause the video because there's lots and lots and lots of words there that you need to read using your Fred fingers or your robot arms, and you need to determine whether they are real words or nonsense words. And I'm just going to show you on the next slide here, you can make a table to display your sorted list of words. So what I've done here is I've drawn Ob here and I've drawn Bob here, and Ob likes nonsense words and Bob likes real words. And that's what it says underneath both of them. And the table here, there are 2 columns. So there's one column under Mr. Bob here, and there's one column, one column under Mr. Ob here, and one column under Mr. Bob here. And all you need to do is have a look at the words on this page here, and then you need to decide whether it's a real word or a nonsense word, and you need to go and write it in the correct column. So under Bob, you would write all of the nonsense words, under ob, you would write all of the nonsense words, and under bob, you would write all of the real words. Okay, let me just say that again because I got a little bit mixed up there. So under ob, you would write all the nonsense words. So the words that are not real, they have no meaning. You would write under ob, and under bob, you would write all of the real words that do have meaning. Okay, I hope I haven't confused you, and I hope this is going to be quite a fun activity for you. You just need to go back to this and have a look at it, have it on your screen. Maybe you could pause that on your screen whilst you go and make your little chart here, your table, ready to write down all of the words that you read, okay? All right, okay, have fun, and I can't wait for you to send it, all of your work in by the email so that myself, Miss Colbeck and Mrs. Johnson can have a look because we're very, very proud of you. So thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.